do kind of have a bee in my bonnet about race, and nobody wants to hear a person of color ranting about race and like how unfair the world is to them. Like, you don't want to hear people whine and like accuse white people, and like all of these things are very unpopular, and so to find a way to talk about the things that bother me in a way that's not going to make everybody roll their eyes and dismiss it, because so that's the hardest thing for me in making theater that is political, is trying to trap the audience in such a way that they can't like escape through their dismissive loopholes that they usually, because it's like as soon as you're in a room and anything political is going, and I'm the same way, I'm just instantly like looking for a way out, because I don't want to be preached at.
And yet the Shipment is based on it's structured as a minstrel show, is that right?
The first half.
The first half, right, the first half. And in that opening, not the opening, but the second part with the Chris Rock section of the monologue, that's done in a stand-up kind of style, you have a character doing exactly that. He is ranting about white people, and white people are stupid. And then he goes on to talk about how black people are stupid. So how do you, is it important to reconcile the idea that someone can say that within the context of the story of the play, and having this feeling that you abhor as an element, this feeling that you abhor in general, but it's represented by this character.
That was like a huge challenge, was to figure out, is there a way to have a character ranting about race on stage without having the audience shut down? And the technique that I used, and maybe it worked and maybe it didn't, was to have him be such a foul-mouthed, like perverted, disgusting weirdo in like all these other aspects that it's like the audience is sort of focused on how turned off they are by him in these other ways, so that once he starts ranting about race, it's just like one of many different things that are weird and unsettling about him. And so that was like sort of how I tried to deal with that, with that issue. But that was sort of the experiment, is can you have a black man ranting about race on stage and have it be disorienting and not have it be familiar, or like fall into that familiar slot. And that's why we had all the profanity and the dirtiness and the baby killing and stuff that the older black audience members really objected to.